if you are new to me, I am a classical Feng Shui consultant, and today, right now, actually, I'm doing a simulcast. I'm on Periscope, and I am also on Google Hangout, and I want to talk about Flying Star Feng Shui patterns for November 2015. And there is a reason why I'm doing a special Periscope tonight. Because the November energy that is coming up, I know we are, what's the date now? Like the 6th or something. But the new month, based on the lunar calendar, starts November 8th. And as of November 8th, the flying star energies for the month is going to be quite malevolent, quite negative. And I'm going to go through in terms of what I mean by that, and then what you can do about it. So I'm going to show you guys this handy tool that this is a calendar that I made later last year, my 2015 Feng Shui and Astrology calendar. And I'm going to flip through to November. And this one, it shows you, based on the lunar calendar, I'm going to show it here too. It starts November 8th and ends at December 6th. Okay? And for those of you who follow classical Feng Shui, specifically Flying Star Feng Shui, this grid is something that you're going to be familiar with. Okay, I'm gonna bring it closer to this camera. Again, I'm doing a simulcast, people. I'm doing a Periscope as well as a Google Hangout. So you're gonna be seeing me looking at 2 different screens here. And for those who are familiar to me, I just want to quickly let you guys know that my facial expression is a little bit off because at the end of my pregnancy, actually, I was hit with this thing called Bell's palsy, which apparently a minority of pregnant women get. And that basically means half the face is paralyzed. So it's been about almost 2 months that I've been hit with this. I am recovering. So I'm slowly getting my smile back, and that's also part of the reason why you're seeing that when I close my eyes that this one's a little bit lazy. But it's coming back, so I'm not too worried about it. But thank you so much for you guys who emailed me and commented on my videos, sending me love and healing and all that. I truly appreciate it. Hi Anna, thanks for joining me, and I'm not sure who else joined me on Periscope, but thank you so much for joining me. But now back to Flying Star for November 2015. So looking at this grid here, so this is something that I'm gonna have on my new 2016 Feng Shui and Astrology calendar as well, which guides you through the monthly changes here. Okay, you guys are gonna see that number 5 is in the center. Number 5 is in the center, right? And that means, and that hits everyone. That means it doesn't matter what kind of space or layout that you have. Number 5, which is the 5 yellow, or in Chinese we call Wu Huang, is the most negative energy based on Flying Star Feng Shui. And as classical Feng Shui consultants, that's the first energy that we look for in terms of remedying it. There's no point in activating other energies if your number 5 or the 5 yellow is not remedied. Okay, you remedy first. You remedy the negative energies first before you activate any positive energies. That's how it should be done. So because the number 5 is here, and number 5 generally means on a lower level, it just means challenges. It just means, let's say, wrenches thrown in your plans, you know, whatever things that you wanted to do just don't happen the way you planned it to be, or that's on the lower end. On the higher end of the spectrum, where it's more negative, it can mean illness, accidents, mishaps, and losses as well. And some of you guys might be wondering what determines how strong the number 5 is and how it's going to affect your space. It really depends on your space. And I keep saying over and over again, each space is as unique as your thumbprint, right? So based on my 8 years now as a classical feng shui consultant, I know for sure houses that are facing southwest and northeast, combined with the monthly energy here, those are the ones, those are the houses that will be seeing a little bit more upheaval for the month, which is starting November 8th. Okay, so in order for you to remedy the number 5, again, as a 5 element knowledge in classical feng shui, number 5 is an earth element energy. And based on the 5 element theory, how do you remedy an earth element? How do you weaken an earth element energy? You weaken it with metal. So it doesn't matter what you have in the center of your layout, okay? And centers for a lot of people, especially residential, it's usually the hallway, right? So whether it is a hallway or a storeroom or whatever, place more metal in that area, okay? In terms of metal remedy, we like to go for the weight first and foremost. So try to go for the ones that are solid metal. The heavier, the better. If you can't get the really heavy stuff, then get the lighter metal elements like a vase or a photo frame or whatever. But the more metal you can place in the middle to protect your center, the better. Okay. And the second thing to do is also to make sure, so stand in the middle of your layout, whatever it is, and look around, take an audit, and take out whatever that is red element, red in color, because red is fire. And again, going back to the 5 element theory, fire strengthens earth, which is the number 5, right? And that's exactly what you don't want. You don't want the fire elements in your center to strengthen your earth. What you want to do is weaken the earth element this month. Okay. And this is part of the reason why I wanted to do this video, even with my Bell's palsy, because this number 5 in the center is where a lot of, for a lot of people, shit can hit the fan if they're not careful. Okay, I have seen it in my professional years as a consultant. I have seen it. It can be legal issues. It can be, a bigger form of loss, bigger form of conflicts and things like that. Things that will likely take a while to resolve if it does get triggered this month. Okay, a few more things. Thank you for the heart. I think is that from Anna? Thanks so much for that. Too bad we can't get hearts on Google Hangouts. But something else that I also wanted to touch is that the number 7 is in the west this year. If you guys can see the grid, I have the directions here. It's in black and white, but W is west, right? And this month we're hit with the number 7 there. I'm going to show it to you as well. Okay. So I might lose some of you guys here, but classical feng shui is very detailed, but it can be a little bit confusing. So that's what I'm here for, to try to de-confuse it for you guys as much as possible. So the monthly energy for November is number 7, which generally in Flying Star Feng Shui usually means losing opportunities, losing someone, losing something. It can also mean illnesses and mishaps, right? Accidents. And for those of you guys know me, or having heard me talk about Flying Star Feng Shui for a bit now, the number 7, which is the monthly energy, combined with this year's annual energy in the West, which is the number 5. So the number 5 and the number 7, usually when you combine these, usually you see losses, illness, like I mentioned before, but this special combination actually also has a potential to trigger fire hazards, fire accidents, or even injuries related to metal. That can happen as well. So if this is your kitchen, for instance, if your kitchen is in the West, because of this specific combination, you want to make sure like there, even if it's not the kitchen, but because the kitchen has the stove and the oven, it raises the possibilities of fire hazards, right? You definitely want to be careful when you're in the kitchen or when you're cutting, chopping stuff and all that, because you want to reduce the chances of injuring yourself. If this is your main door or your office, I would highly recommend that you don't use this door this month. Okay, highly, highly recommend it, because otherwise you're also likely to trigger the inauspicious or the negative energies as well. Something else that I wanted to also point out for this month is as well, again, with combination of monthly and annual energy, if your important areas are in the south or the southwest, the south has the number 9 and the southwest has the number 2. Okay, I'm going to show it to you guys here as well. South has the number 9 and the southwest has the number 2. That's the monthly energy. Combined with the annual energy, it's also not a great combination, you guys. And from my experience, that usually means illness. And specifically because the number 2 is in the southwest, which is the home of the matriarch, the mothers. Mothers are likely to feel drained, feel actually fall ill, or feel really stressed out in the coming months. So mothers, self-care is really, really important. As much as you do Feng Shui placements to reduce the energy, above and beyond Feng Shui is also take the time to take care of yourself, right? We always take care of the family and put ourselves in the back burner, but this is a really good month to remind ourselves to do that. And I actually need to take my own advice because I have a 4-week-old baby at home and I'm doing a launch and doing a few other things for the business, and you know, I need to heed my own advice for this coming month, otherwise I'm going to be burning myself out. And the south, talking about the south, actually south and southwest, if any of your, we're talking about residential here, if any of your important areas are in the south or the southwest, you want to remedy, for the south you want to remedy with more blues, and for the southwest you also want you want to remedy with more metal as well, just like in the center. Okay. And generally, those born in the year of the horse would get afflicted this month because of the energy in the south, and those born in the year of the goat and the monkey is going to be afflicted as well because of the illness star or the number 2 in the southwest. Okay, because astrologically that is the astrological house for you. That so those are the ones who need to take note for this coming month. And those are the ones that are more important to watch out for. Obviously, there are good energies coming up as well. If your important areas, or if your front door, your kitchen, or your bedroom, I should say, is in the north, then the north is actually looking pretty good, because that's where the prosperous energy is for this month, and also combined with the prosperous energy for the year, that's a really positive double whammy. So the north is actually really, really good. The east and the southeast, it's a combination of positive and negative. So just really quickly, the east, if your main areas, again, front door, kitchen, bedroom, if it's in the east, you're likely going to see a little bit more conflicts, a little bit more arguments or misunderstandings popping up. You can remedy with something red there. And then for the southeast, actually, no specific placements that you really need to think about or worry about, at least in the superficial level, because obviously I haven't gone to your house, your each individual house. I don't know if I can't tell at this point if there are any specific other stuff that you need to watch out for. But just based on the monthly and the annual energy, the southeast, number 4, it's really great for education and for relationship luck. So, and then the number 4 in the southeast of the month, combined with the number 2 of the year, which is the illness star, the number 4 actually remedies innately remedies the number 2 in the southeast. So that's why I meant you don't really need specific placements for that, because the energy itself exhausts the negative illness energy in the southeast. So if your front door, your kitchen, or your bedroom is in the southeast this month, you're likely going to see a slightly better energy coming through. So that's good. I I think I will just leave this Periscope here for now, and this Google Hangout. Again, this is a simulcast. Um, but I just really quickly want to do a shameless plug here. For those of you who are new, for those of you where I am new to you, I am holding a special live and interactive 4-hour event on November 15th, where I will be pretty much going through. I know I went through the information really quickly just now, but in the 4 hours that I will be spending online with everyone who registers on the 15th, I will be going through the energies of the Flying Star energies for 2016. And I'll go through in very detailed information what specific houses need to do to make sure that 2015 is as successful for you, as prosperous, as abundant for you as possible. Okay. And what I mean by each type of house is I'll be looking at period 7 and period 8 houses. And houses with different facings have different energy. So I'll be giving you guys heads up if there are specific energies that you need to be aware of. And I'll also be going through detailed steps how to activate the good energies for the homes that have those good energies coming up for 2016, because you definitely want to capitalize it on that as best as possible. So November 15th at 10, we start at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm in Toronto, Canada. Hi, Raja. Thanks so much for joining. Sorry I'm at the tail end here, but feel free to watch the replay. If you're not following, definitely follow me either on Google Plus or on Periscope. Oh, hey, Mitch. You changed your name, but happy to see you. It has been a while. I know I've been a little bit MIA online. But for those of you guys who want to join me on November 15th, where I will have, I'll have some time as well for well, not everyone, but if you have any questions relating to classical feng shui and the application of it, I will be giving space and time for people to ask. So this is the website that you can go to register, if you can see it, fengshui2016.instapage.com. I'm hoping you guys can see it okay. It's not, I'm hoping it's not backwards. I really should have checked, actually. I'm so sorry. It could be backwards for you guys. I am not sure, but it's fengshui2016.instapage, which is INSTAPAGE.com. Okay, fengshui2016.instapage.com. You can register, grab your spot. Everyone who registers will get a link to the event. I do have a special early bird pricing right now, which is on the website. You can take a look at that. And the early bird pricing ends this Sunday. So if this is something that you are interested in, definitely grab your spot before the price goes up. And everyone who registers, not only will you're not just getting information from the webinar, you are getting transformation. My aim is to transform people from practicing fast food feng shui into practicing actual classical feng shui, the way it was done in the olden times in China. And everyone who registers will also get a copy, a PDF downloadable copy, not a hard copy like this, mind you. So I just don't want anyone to get surprised. I am working on the 2016 calendar right now. So everyone who registers will get a copy of the 2016 Feng Shui and Astrology calendar. And during the event, I'm also going to be going through how to use the calendar. Okay, so you get, I'll show you again for those who didn't see it. This is roughly how the calendar looks like. It goes through the monthly changes. It tells you in terms of lunar calendar when the month starts. It tells you what is the heavenly stem and the earthly branch of the month, and also how you can, based on your astrology, pick the best dates for certain activities. It is basic date selection because proper date selection has a lot more layers to it, but at least you're not going in blindly. So if you have a job interview coming up or a presentation or signing a contract or anything like that, as best as you can, try to practice these basic date selections. It'll give you that additional boost in terms of getting a better outcome for you. So I'll be going through how to use the calendar. That also happens on the webinar. Again, the web event is November 15th, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 4 hours of jam-packed information, you guys. So again, it's fengshui2016.instapage.com for anyone who wants to grab a spot before the price goes up on Sunday. Yeah, and I guess that is all I want to cover today. I will be a little bit more active now on both Google Plus and Periscope now that my face is getting a little bit more decent looking now. And therefore, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at safrina@fengshuiandprosper.com. Visit my website at fengshuiandprosper.com. Learn a little bit more about Feng Shui, a little bit more about what I do. And hopefully, I will see you guys on the 15th. Thanks so much for spending time with me on Google Plus as well as on Periscope. And wishing everyone a great November ahead now that you know the basics on how to protect yourself for the coming month. Okay? Take care.